Is a 2-tower chimps 2 Megapops run possible? I am going to teach you today the ways and the route to madness, but also greatness as well. So in order to do this, as you see by the thumbnail and title, we're going to be relying on Sauda, and for the 2 Megapops scenario part, the Anti-Bloon. And we're kind of forced to go to the Ultra Vision route because of camos. And also the knockback is pretty nice as well. So let's do this. Now we're going to place Sauda here. And let's get going. You want the very tip of Sauda's range to reach the bottom right of this little square. I was to say middle square, but little square. So that it can still do pops, but not be able to affect the entirety of the small square, so that the Super Monkey will be able to get the majority of the pops here. We won't need to do anything spectacular until round 18 or 19, in which we can afford the Super Monkey. Hello there, little stragglers. No need to worry, I've got a plan for you. Looks like game over, but we've got our leaping sword attack, which also helps out for round 16. Round 18, and looks like we are nearly there with our Super Monkey placement. And now, just place him as soon as you get it, and then we'll start cruising with the pops with the Super Monkey. Although we are going to run into several challenges here. Number one, in the current state of the Super Monkey, it cannot pop either camos or LEDs. We're just going to have to let the camos go into Sauda at this point in time. We're just going to go for Robo Monkey first before going to Ultra Vision, simply because we're not enough firepower to take down the MOAB as much as we possibly can for round 40. We can sacrifice the few camo Bloons towards Sauda so that we'd be able to get more RBE damage for the Super Monkey, because that's what we're aiming for, to get 2 million pops for the Super Monkey. Okay, now this is where we run into our first hurdle. LEDs. Neither Sauda or the Super Monkey can actually pop them, but with the power of the leaping sword attack, we'll be able to do so. And this point here is going to be the crux of our strategy in order to get through this scenario. So can't afford anything else at this point in time, so the ability will be recharged just in time for... There we go. Now every LED will be affected by just about there, but that is what we want. Let's see, more LEDs around 37, and this is another one where we have to time it extremely well towards this little point up here, and there we go. Round 38 is also going to be a very similar ordeal. Also a sort of place there, the camo Bloons will have more time to flourish on the field. Okay, I don't know why that went there. I think it's because of everything that wasn't a camo Bloon was further along the track than the camos. Okay, we've got the Robo Monkey. Now we will go for Ultra Vision when we have the money for it. But essentially, I want more power on round 40 than the ability to see camos. Let's see. Rainbow Balloon gone. Now this.
MOAB.
So this will be able to do critical hits. But the amount of critical hits that it does is randomly based. So it's like every 10 to 15 hits that it could produce will end up being a critical hit. This also applies to its ability later on, where every third time we activate the Tech Terror ability, it will do 50% more damage. I've only just learnt this today. We are up to Ultra Vision now. Now those camos will be of no problem. So we've eliminated our camo problem from the Robo Monkey. We've yet to eliminate our LED problem. We will be able to eliminate our LED problem by activating Tech Terror, or buying it. But there is a new problem with that. It's a plasma-based attack, which means that the Tech Terror cannot pop purple balloons. Let's see, Fortified LEDs, no problem. Let's keep it so that it's in the range of the Robo Monkey, but not in the range of Sauda, these sword leaping attacks. So that when the LED layer is popped, then the Robo Monkey can snatch a few pops from the leaped swords, if you will. Let's see, we've got another LED issue, but no worries. We'll do it a little bit after. There we go, so that the Robo Monkey can still pop stuff outside of the LED property. But we are soon to be at the Tech Terror category. But then we have the issue of purple balloons, which is actually going to be a big problem later on when it comes to preserving pops from Sauda. Okay, there we go. but also with this Tech Terror ability, we need to count how many times we've activated it. But only activate it when you feel that the Tech Terror's main attacks can't actually pop the balloons. So clumped up BFBs are a big issue. When they're separated out, they're not a big issue because it only targets one of them at a time. But if there's multiple BFBs clumped together, we will need to use Protect Terror ability so that Sauda doesn't get any pops from it. Round 58, no problem. Round 59 will also not be an issue whatsoever. And 60 as well is going to be a bit of a breeze. Round 62 is our next big problem because there's a ton of purple balloons on that round. And we need to use our Tech Terror ability at some point within the round. When though is when the last two MOAB class, MOAB balloons come out, which are Fortified. We don't need to use Protect Terror on that. It can deal with it very, very well. 61 goes through the Zebra regrows, goes through the MOABs. Very careful. Here we go. Purple balloons. This is a big problem. We're going to let Sauda pop these, but we're also not going to activate these at this given point in time. Reason being, I want to save a Tech Terror ability for the Fortified MOABs when they appear at the end of round 62. Let's say end of round 63, but I lost my words there. So there's purple balloons still getting. Here we go. The Fortified ones are there, and we want it so that both of these are within the radius of a Tech Terror ability. There we go. That is one. So have in mind either 1, 2, or 0 as your numbers. But also this clump of ceramics is also quite random because of the amount of critical hits it could apply. So if you're really lucky, then all of the ceramics and everything inside will be popped. If you're unlucky, then some of the balloons will leak, which is not what we want, but unfortunately we just have to play ball with this. So still not going to activate it. I think we need it for round 64 for clumped MOABs. These are okay-ish. The only reason why we yet used it on round 62 was because of the purples. Because if you are trying to attack a balloon which has an immunity towards the attack itself, as let's say plasma from these, not only does it prevent it from damaging that balloon, but it also blocks the projectile itself so it cannot affect any other balloons behind it. Which is logical in a way, but it also presents a problem to us. Let's see, around 65, there we go. Okay, this is where we need to use our second Tech Terror, because of the fact that these multiple BFBs will ensure these MOABs will carry on further, and then Sauda will be able to get some pops from there, which is not what we want. We don't want Sauda getting any unnecessary pops whatsoever, because kind of like 42,000 is the max, but with some regrows we can get a little bit of leeway. But then people will say, well, if you're going to stay true to chimps and stay true to Megapops, then you can't get anything of a total count of 2,042,000 pops. But with these two kind of towers and how spaced out they are, some regrows are going to happen, and those regrows we are going to use to our advantage. A bunch of rainbows. Also the knockback really helps as well. It never knocks back MOAB class balloons, but it definitely slows them down, which is a big bonus. Like, this is one of the benefits for bottom path. Oh, are you going to sneak past? Oh, I should have used the ability then and there, but it's only a few. But we really don't want this number going up. We want only that number to go up. Okay, so we don't need to worry about Tech Terror there because they are clumped. I mean, they are not clumps, but these ones are clumped, where it tries to attack both of these at the same time, but it cannot get rid of all of them. So I believe that's 2 or 3. No, that's my third one. I went back to look at my recording, and that was definitely my third one. I want to keep track of this because this is going to be key towards if we can get enough pops or not with the Tech Terror / Anti-Bloon. Let's see. Ability is recharged. So 0, 1, 2. We're currently at 0. Oh, ooh, it just managed to do that without needing help. So let's see, round 75. What shall we do here? I think we should wait until round 76 actually. Like, I know it's a little bit of an... Hold on, I'm going to do that actually. And we're going to be... We need to slow this regrow farm down so that we can get this under control. Let's see. No, we need to... Oh my gosh, that's bad. That's real bad. Hopefully none of them go into ceramics. Oh my god, some of them are ceramics. But we've got this well under control. Yep. If we don't use Sauda's abilities there, and this is really scary, but we would have lost that. Like, it would have been better to save the Tech Terror ability for round 76, but the prospect of popping those BFBs is too much to pass. But also you can get most of them anyways for Tech Terror on round 76. But if you allow some to leak, then yeah, that's real bad. Also, we're on 1 of 0. We're on 1. 1, 2. Okay. Second time. Round 78 is also going to be an issue. It won't be able to pop all of these ceramics, but unlike round 76, we don't have to worry about regrows. But there we go. We got that cleared right up. Round 78. Purple balloons are a big issue. We're going to use the Tech Terror's ability again when the huge group of ceramics comes around. Or should time it just a little bit more so that they would be around where the MOAB would be. And there we go. Oh gosh, I wish I got a few more of the purple balloons, but there we go. The Tech Terror ability affects purple balloons. It's just the main attack itself. But for some odd reason, the Anti-Bloon, that ignores the weakness of purples. So therefore, you can pop purples with the Anti-Bloon. As far as I can remember. Or regrows. That's a bit of a regrow. Oh my god, bit of lag there. A bit of a regrow issue. But alas, we are still alive. We are still doing well. We're going to wait till the Fortified BFBs come before we use the ability again. So we were on... Actually, we're on 0 now. So now we are going to... Okay, good. We got it. Got all of them in there. Now the ZOMG. Hopefully the ability comes back in time for it to be able to pop. There we go. Keep that going down. The slow... Oh, sorry. The knockback is really helpful in this. Let's see. That and... Wait for a little bit for a bit more damage. And... Boom. Sometimes you've just got to wait a little bit for more damage to be inflicted so they can pop all the layers inside it. But now free play is going to be very interesting. Because there's going to be a lot of leaks, unfortunately. And no, not the vegetable leak kind of time, but leaks as in the Tech Terror can't pop them on their own. Let's see. Pop it right then and there. So I think that's 2. Let me just go back to my recordings. Round 82 spells more disaster. There's going to be even more leaks. That's really climbing. Don't like that, but we don't have the power to deal with all this shenanigans. Let's see. I'm actually going to put you to close so that you deal with as lot of weaker balloons as possible. So there's that. So actually going to put you on last. Oh no, 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 no. You stop leaking them. They're not in range yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm glad of that. So that's 82. Round 83 is not much of a problem. Just a bunch of ceramics and some MOABs. There's too many of them, I think. Gonna put you on strong so that you're always targeting the first one. Yeah, it's not much going on there. And I only got a few of them. Yeah, that was a very bad usage there. Very bad usage of the Tech Terror, but what can we do? It was best if we used it than not used it and sort of got even more pops. Okay, this is probably where I could have used it. Like right here and there. I'm going to put you on close so that you're not targeting the very back. Using that. So yeah, there's so many going towards Sauda. It's not good. I need to wait until more of these come into range of the Tech Terror's ability. I think now, there we go. I've got all of those BFBs, which is so good. It's so good. Right, we're back to 0. So therefore, the previous Tech Terror we used was the 50% stronger one. But now we're in a bit of a bind because we could have used it here and now, but that would have been a little bit of a waste. Let's see. Put that one on last, so there's a bit of damage distribution here and there. And we're going to wait until around this area. And about now, possibly? Yeah, I'm going to use it now. Okay, excellent. We wiped out the first ZOMG, which is the best result I can think of at this point in time. So that's one. So we need to use Attack Terror this round, and then the next round is when it's going to be at its strongest, and that is a critical point. 4 ZOMGs around 87. Let's see. Okay, that's that. That's not grand. There we go. Okay, that gives us a little bit of leeway, actually, because this is going to take a while for this to pop, which gives us plenty of clearance around 87. Okay, there we go. Now the ZOMGs. So hopefully now, if we do this right, all 4 of these ZOMGs will be popped by this ability. We've got to give it a little bit of time. That's somehow getting closer because it's not being affected by the knockback. And oh no, did I get my count wrong there? No, I got my count wrong. That should have eliminated them all, but for some odd reason I've got my count wrong, and now that's all gone. That's all gone wrong. Like, that should not happen. Those should have all been popped, and why didn't they get popped is another question. Okay, there's all this. Oh, those ceramics. Those ceramics are giving me a hard time, and that... what number are we on now? Because surely now the games is... like, mechanics are lying to me, because those should have been popped. I am annoyed. I've been trying this for absolutely ages, and I can't get it right because I keep forgetting the number which I am for Attack Terror. Oh, dear. I'm going to use it then and there. Probably could have saved it for these. Actually, in hindsight, I should have used it for those, but we're going to stick with this. I've been trying this for absolutely ages, but yet I can't get anywhere because I keep forgetting the number in which we're on with this Tech Terror. So, by the time I get round that... oh no! Sauda's got too many pops! Okay, but that's good. We're nearly close to getting the Anti-Bloon, but I am not happy with progression right now. Like, I'm really unhappy, and Sauda is still getting there with that. Like, if this was like the community rules, then this would already be a failure, but I'm still going to go for it. I'm still going to go after the greatness of getting 2 million pops with a single tower. Now it's just outside of its range. That was a bit of a bummer. And yeah, we just have to play it by ear here. But we'll be able to get the Anti-Bloon after this. There we go. Oh, it's just 7 more monies. 7 more monies is all it takes. And come on. Oh, are you kidding me, game? Are you really just doing this to me? Like, I should not sound stressed, but this is literally stressing for me at this point in time. So we're just going to have to play it by ear by how much we have and how much we don't have in our account. But we definitely got this. Don't you worry. But I really want the Anti-Bloon to cause 10,000 against the B.A.D. And then after, when its ability recharges, then it will be able to do the extra 50%. That's kind of the crux of this, is for it to be able to do as much damage as possible to the B.A.D. because we can initiate 2 of its abilities on round 100. Don't need to use it on this round. This is definitely within the bag, definitely within our reaches. So now we're going to be using the ability there. Yeah, I've stopped taking note of what count we're on because I don't know what number we're on anymore. Maybe we do like a manual count, I don't know, of each step of the way, but I really don't know. Let's see. Now I'm gonna leave the ability until the Fortified ZOMGs, because these are what we're gonna really need this for. Let's see. Then and there. There we go. Now round 98. Let's see. 1.6 million. This is the biggest round. And we're going to save the anti-balloon ability for when the ZOMGs are literally around this area. There we go. That I'm really happy with. Round 99, we're just going to have to let these go. We can't really do anything about these. So... round 99 is commenced. Now 100. Used it there. Let's see. Okay, that's 10,000, which is good. That's real good. What I'm hoping for is the next anti-balloon ability to be the critical hit one. Because we really need this to be a fruition sort of thing. So yeah, Sauda's going to attack it. That's not good. Once it's popped. Once it's done and dusted. Let's see. Use it as late as possible. Okay, there we go. And we got it! We got it! We got it! 2 towers placed! 2 million pops! Like, people are going to say that this is not official because there's been 16,000 regrows. I'm going to say screw the community rules because I am counting this as 2 million pops. I am reading the description of the achievement and it says 2 million pops or more by 1 tower, and we've done that. You can tell that we've got 2,002,328 pops with the anti-balloon. I'm not sure if that was the bonus damage ability there or not, but that is a 2 Megapops 2 tower chimps run. And you cannot take it away from me because of a community rule about regrow balloons. That is if you are intentionally setting up a regrow farm. I haven't done that. I am just using the game to my benefit so that we can just get a little... It's also iconic as well because the anti-balloon is this thing up here. And we're using the anti-balloon then and there, but... Also, did you know that there are 4 anti-balloons on this screen at the same time? One up here, one over here, and one down there. And possibly a 5th one as well if you look at that super monkey on the right hand side very closely. But that is an astounding achievement in and of itself. That's brilliant. I'm very happy about this. I wasn't happy about some of the timing of the tech-terror abilities. I'm also really unhappy about some of the times which I've forgotten the count on because that extra 50% makes all of the difference between not being able to get 2 million pops or more with the anti-balloon or falling just behind on it. And there we go. So that's why I wanted to time round 87 so that all ZOMGs were popped, and I've experimented with this for a long time in Sandbox. So I tried to replicate this in Chimps another time ago, and I can't get the tech terror ability so that it just wipes out all 4 of them. And what I've learned and what I had to write up on the BTD6 Reddit is that, you know, I'm finding this very rare thing where if you use the annihilation ability, the tech terror ability, sorry, when there are the 4 ZOMGs of round 87, you can instantly wipe all of them out. And luckily some user, I think they're by the name of QWERTY2000, said that on every 3rd activation, the ability has 50% more damage. I'm like, unless you actually observe the game in its entirety and be able to like fathom this kind of stuff out, you wouldn't be able to know that. But that's what I love about this game. You just find something out about it every time you play it. But anyways, folks, what do you think about this run? Do you think this is official, or do you think because of the regrows that have happened that this has not been a thing? Sauda has over 13,000 too many pops. I understand that. But oh boy, the anti-balloon. 2 million pops. Sauda, 55,000 pops. But without Sauda, we wouldn't be able to pop the purple balloons. And we wouldn't be able to initially put down the super monkey in the first place. Like, the only reason why you could be able to pop down a super monkey before round 20 on Chimps is because of Sauda. No other tower, no other hero is as powerful early game as Sauda, and you cannot prove me otherwise. There isn't like another hero that will be able to replicate or to reproduce the damage and potential that Sauda has. I was thinking, and I'll try to make this work as well, is replacing Sauda with a Zeely. But a Zeely can't even get past round 9, and can't even get its level of 4 ability, where, or level 4 tier, where it's able to curse multiple balloons. We can only target a single balloon at a time, and every time we got to round 9, we just died. Like, I don't know how anybody would be able to get a 2 Megapops run with a Zeely, when a Zeely can't even get past the single figures. But Sauda, you're an absolute beauty, and Anti-Bloon, I absolutely love you, but I also hate you for your hidden mechanic. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy this video, hopefully you did. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. It could possibly be like a Sauda and Perma-Brew, or Sauda and Ultra Boost. That could be possible. I would lean towards the fact that Perma-Brew would be more viable because of the instant access to lead popping potential without using the Leaping Sword ability or the Leaping Axe ability if you're the Viking one. But this is an achievement of itself. Today we've made history. I don't think I'm the first to do this, but I'm certainly one of the only first that have put this up as proof that there is a possibility of achieving both 2 Megapops and 2 towers placed only. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.